Hey guys, Bill Krackomberger and Jon Orlando over here at the World Series of Poker, wrapping things up. Boy, what a difference, John, here than even a couple days ago. Getting quieter and quieter in here.
It really is. It's almost depressing. Like, I don't know if you went...
Depressing? I'd be happy to get away from this gambling scene for a couple days. What are you saying?
Did you happen to go into where we were shooting the show on the cash game section?
Yeah.
Did you go in there this morning by any chance?
It's amazing.
Ghost Town.
So it reminds me, there was a scene in Wall Street 2, Money Never Sleeps. I like the Gordon Gekko character. Wall Street, of course, was better, but Wall Street 2 was still good. It reminds me of this scene in Wall Street 2 where they go to Gordon's beautiful apartment, and the only thing left is a painting on the wall, a picture on the wall. Everything is gone, and they cleared the whole place out.
I love that you went in there.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know the World Series of Poker was here.
And you saw they cleared out even like the TV section, like the ESPN section, right?
Amazing.
But you know the final table.
The final table is what? In
August 3, 4, 5. So they'll recreate that.
So they have about 3 weeks to go.
And they'll be over on the horseshoe side.
2.5, 3 weeks to go.
For the final table.
That's where it's going to be?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, it was. I have a different opinion of the World Series after being here a lot, filming, and seeing the money that goes into the. I had no idea. Still don't think they should be charging 21%. I can't get over that mathematically, but
that's on the smaller events, right?
Smaller events, yeah. So
it's like 3 or 4% on the bigger ones.
No.
No?
Take it easy.
It's more?
4.51, I believe, on the big event.
Okay.
It's like 8 to 10 to 12% on the other ones.
Okay. Still worth it.
You were really trying to get a job
Still worth
somewhere
it.
here.
Still worth it.
So,
did you see who the chip leader is for the final table?
No.
He's 22 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
His name is Lucas. Phenom of a player. His biggest cash, though, I mean, he's only 22, so he's only been playing for a year, right? At least live tournaments in a casino.
Right.
His biggest cash. This is what makes this so cool. His biggest cash to date is $23,000.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's now at the final table.
That's a cool story.
Chip leader, guaranteed $1 million, $10 million up top. This is why the rake doesn't matter. This is why everyone comes, because where else can you live out that type of a dream?
John, I was, and it's great. It's great. As long as people are having a good time with it. And, everyone thinks they're poker players, and because of, they glorify the chips and showing all the great life they have. Anything on social media, for the most part, is showing what a great life they think they have or are portraying to have. So,
right.
John, look what I have for you. I was driving in today. I'm at a stop sign on the beautiful Las Vegas Strip, and I seen poker training direct to you. The Club WPT poker. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I went on the website, and I'm actually contemplating. I don't want to insult you.
Yeah.
And of course, if I'm talking about it here publicly,
yes,
you can cut it out if you want.
Never. We never cut it out.
I was thinking about getting this.
Get me some classes, some coaching. Yeah. Some formal training.
Yeah. That's my favorite billboard in town, by the way. It's on the corner of Harmon and the Las Vegas Strip.
It is great.
It's the rounded billboard.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know this. I'm not giving them an advertisement. I really, if I mentioned the name, I didn't mean to. But the Poker Training to You site, I said, wow, that's interesting. If that was up there the whole time, I don't know if it was or not during the World Series, a great ad.
Yeah.
For people to say, man, I should learn a little bit more. And
they actually did a bunch of things. It's obviously it's competitive, right? WPT versus WSOP. They're very competitive with each other.
I don't even know what WPT is.
World Poker Tour. So that's the other big series.
Yes. I know the guy Mike that died, Mike Sexton, didn't he?
Yes.
He was the guy that was that World Poker Tour, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And he was a nice guy, Mike
Very
Sexton.
nice guy.
Yeah. But I do think they did a really good job in trying to not steal the WSOP's thunder, but try to just put their name in the hat during this whole series. They did a thing. So you see how they said, so this was a follow-up to, see how they said like poker training direct to you?
Yeah.
Because, they do like the massage direct to you or escorts direct to you. It's a takeoff of that. Like we've all seen that in Vegas, right?
Okay.
So what they did a few weeks ago, or the day the main started, so like July 4th weekend, they put photos of like Phil Ivey and Phil Hellmuth and like all the legends of the, like WSOP, and they did the same thing, but made it look like those guys go to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was pretty funny.
A little misleading.
Yeah,
like the girls on the truck.
Exactly.
That says direct to
and
you.
And they got those trucks.
Oh,
and
they
did.
put
Phil Ivey's face on it, and yeah.
I don't understand whoever giving them a plug. I don't want to give them a plug. Those antique broads on those trucks, that's the same girls from the 80s.
Yeah,
if they came, they'd be coming in with canes.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I said that already on the show.
Yeah, if they're even alive.
Yeah,
it's that old.
But John, overall, what an experience. 2 people came in here from England before the show.
Yeah.
And we're looking for you. I'm sitting there. They didn't. I have no idea who I was. But, no, but they knew, of course, they were looking for you. And the exposure you had, it was worth blowing the 300,000 you blew or whatever it was. I know it was in the hundreds of thousands. So, no, it was worth it though. Probably.
Yeah, this really
Especially
was.
Especially it wasn't
This
your money.
was this was really great for this last, whatever it was, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever the hell it was. Was
you ready
incredible.
to go to sleep?
Yeah, I'm wiped out, man. This was a lot. It's a lot to play. It's a lot. I didn't realize just vlogging, just doing it and feeling like you're on and entertaining. Like, I know it sounds silly probably to people watching,
Your team was unbelievable. I know, of course, Travis. But what's the other guys' names?
Roger and Ben, two brothers.
Ben, the brothers.
Yeah.
Roger Sr. Has Roger Sr. been here the last couple weeks too? Or did he leave?
He came right before the main started.
So he's been here a couple weeks?
Couple weeks, yeah.
Wow.
But the boys have been with me
leaving,
since
going back to college?
May 25th.
What an experience for these guys.
Unbelievable.
They just turned legal gambling age.
Yeah.
I mean, what an experience for these guys.
Yeah.
So,
and they're already
they
talking
should have
about
my phone number to help in case the Gamblers Anonymous.
For sure. Yeah.
No. This is bad for a lot of kids. They see this and they're in this life, and all of a sudden they leave and go back to their home cities, and there's this
They didn't gamble one drop.
Oh wow, really?
No.
Okay, good.
And they've gambled before, but they were very strict.
Wow.
Because they knew they were working, whatever, and didn't want to, that can change the whole course of things.
But I want to talk to lead in with that though, because you guys really had an unbelievable 7-week run. Now you're staying here.
Yeah,
you're staying here.
We're gonna stay here with Action Junkies.
We're going down to Circa.
Well, that's exciting.
For WiseKracks, the sports book, and
right at football season's amazing.
Make sure you bring your ID there too.
Yes,
it's an amazing. Even though when I'm there, it doesn't matter that I do shows there on
when you come in on the
No
parking
matter
bridge,
where you come in, you have to give your. They want to know who's in their building with IDs.
Yeah.
But at first I didn't like that. And people don't like that.
It's safer though.
But it's much safer.
It is
for the crowds and stuff.
Yeah.
But they probably won't get some people coming in there because of that. But
also, I don't know if people know that. I think it's kind of a cool thing, like a property like that. No kids at Circa.
Yeah.
So you can't even.
So you can't even.
If you're a parent,
you can't book a kid to go to the pool.
No.
No, you can't.
And a family can't stay there. So if you go to like Circa, he built that place. It is for gambling.
Right.
It is for gamblers. It is for 21 and over. You can't even with your parents, if you're 16 and you're on a vacation with your parents, you're not staying at Circa. It's not going to happen.
I find that amazing.
I
really do. I find it absolutely amazing.
The boldness of it.
The boldness of it. John, on the way in here, I took a photo. On the way in here, did you notice that lucky boxes outside?
Yes.
They're these things.
Yes.
Now, this one says hunt for the Holy Grails, and it's Wembiana pristine 10 certified guarantee. That's the advertisement on the box. Is this pristine 10 certified thing? But when I see that, I just know from just being around that something's up there. There's no way you're going to get that kind of a card or anything in there. There's a chance you can get it, but they also sell jerseys. They sell, I say sell. There's a button you could press.
Right.
$99.
And it's random. You don't know what you're going to get.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon thing. There's all different things like that in there. And
I would think that they do have that one card in there, though, because the PR you get, really?
I shouldn't say I don't. Maybe by law, if they're governed by, they're in a lot of the casinos.
Yeah, I don't.
So if they're looked at from the, I don't know if there's an agency that goes around and opens every single box to make sure there is that Wembiana that's on the outside of the screen. I don't know if that's there, But
I mean, the PR you'd get by someone pulling that card, I think would be worth putting that card in.
The PR you would get, I think, and we're going to talk about that too, about just the gambling space in general, but about PR. But I immediately called my friend down in Myrtle Beach that has the card store.
Yeah.
I called him when I was outside. I sent him the photo, and he said that could be your average return if you're putting $99 in is probably around $15. I was like, what? No way. I figured it had to be like $85 or something. He goes, no way. So I don't know about those lucky boxes. I just think, and I think it promotes gambling for kids. So now kids are seeing that. So, oh, Dad, I can't gamble in the casino. Let me press that button.
Right.
On the lucky box. You know? Speaking of which, though, my friend David, I went to the UFC match with him the other night.
Yeah.
And shout out to him. He's got a Sports Cards Plus in Myrtle Beach. He's got a great card show, South Carolina there. It's got to be the best store in Myrtle Beach. He just told me, I said, Dave, if I was to go in and buy Pokemon cards off you, why would I go retail when I can go on eBay? I didn't realize it. He said, well, eBay is going to charge you like 15%. So automatically you're paying up fees. He said, we can beat any price. I was pretty surprised. I'm a shameless plug for David, but
yeah, sure.
He said, he even said their sealed Pokemon selection after I had shown him this box, and Pokemon single selection is top tier. Whatever that means, there it is, a shameless plug. So if you're into sports cards, they have a lot of stuff. Travel to Myrtle Beach on vacation. They post, and then he has a collection in the store. He said, it's not for sale. I said, wait a minute. Why would you have a whole case of stuff that's not for sale? He goes, that's my private stuff, not for sale. I was like, wow, okay. So,
wow. But people can see it.
You could see it, yeah. They're the real deal, though. So check them out, though. Again, Sports Cards Plus there in Myrtle Beach. All right, so I have a bunch of things. I don't know if I can get to them all, but one is when I lived at Veer Towers on the Strip here, which is right at City Center. Beautiful location. The two yellow towers that are curved towers there.
I don't know if I realized you lived there.
Yeah, I lived there for years.
Really?
Yeah, for years. And when they first built there, I lived in that high rise there.
Great view of the Strip?
Great view of the Strip. The wind noise was really, really bad, though. If it's windy, it was like Space Invaders out there.
Is that why you left?
That's why we left.
Literally?
Yep, that's why we left. The
really?
Noise. And it's still bad, but not as bad. They put some things up, but yeah, so it was great. It was a great spot. I'm in a high rise now that I still love. I'm a high rise guy. I love high rises. Just safe.
It's nice. Safe.
But however, going over that high rise, walking over to Cosmo.
Yep.
I remember a shell game that was always, these guys were always playing shell games, and then they had a 3-card Monty. Is that the name of it?
3-card Monty.
I remember when I was in New York when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But so I remember these guys on the street playing the shell game, find a little cloth ball.
Sure.
By the way, multiple locations. One by Treasure Island, one by all the casinos, really. I'm not trying to name any casinos. It's not their fault, the public sidewalk. But this guy was arrested here, and the scammer used psychological trap to steal thousands. A Miami grifter accused of stealing cash and Rolex in games. And I mean, are people this gullible? Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Because I knew somebody that's on his way to work. See, these casino executives sometimes, they see this big money going back and forth at tables and their customers, and they just want to be that person sometimes, and don't realize how hard it is to be a gambler or be a, and what's people gamble over their head and whatnot. So he actually played one day, and I was like, "Are you out of your mind?" He goes, "I wanted to see what it was like. I lost $100." So now what happens is they have a bunch of guys all cheering. They're all with the group. Yeah, this guy won. I mean, they make it look so obvious. They really shouldn't make it look that obvious, but they do. And I just want to tell people, just be aware.
Yeah.
You have done it. I could tell.
No, I remember seeing it when I was little, that you're not going to win.
Where'd you see it when you were little, though?
New York.
Oh, New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're all over New York. And and they'll have like a table.
Spotters on the corners.
And then they pack it up quick when the cops are coming.
Yeah,
they'll say a word and they run.
Gone.
Yeah.
Cops. Yeah.
Yep.
John, did you see the at Yellowstone, the bison that kicked the guy in the air? Did you see that video?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, it was unbelievable.
But I follow that page.
Yellowstone. They charged this. I mean, look at the guy get thrown in the air.
Oh my God! What are these people?
Older man too. but they stood a pretty decent ways away from the bison. They stood, and you could just see, I mean, it looks like it's closer than it is. They weren't that close. So this bison was in a bad mood, though. You could just see the way he was huffing, puffing, and this was a grandfather and his grandson. And the bison actually got mad when a truck drove by. So the truck drove by. Now the bison got mad at the truck. He went after the grandfather, hurled him in the air. I actually felt bad for them because they weren't really, I didn't think they were close enough but obviously they were.
Because some people do get
way too close.
Ridiculously
way too close. The reason why I'm bringing up the story is it just pisses me off that they wanted to euthanize the wild bison. You know, I always have an animal segment to the story. So they're not going
That's
to.
crazy.
I'm sorry, the bison was just being a bison. I'm sorry. I mean, they want to euthanize. So anyway, I'm glad that turned out okay. World Cup's here, John.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to the finals. I kind of changed my stance on World Cup a little bit. I actually, not that I was tough against it, but I wasn't really. Then I got to watch a couple games. I actually enjoyed it. I think it was okay. Like, you were really against it. I think you even changed a little bit.
Joe Cata, was on Roger That.
World Series of Poker champion.
And I told, he's a huge soccer fan, and I told him, I said, hey, help me get into soccer. Give me a long shot that could win. And he said, Norway, 35-1.
Right. So you buried everyone on that.
So we threw $100 on Norway, and we watched the game, and it definitely helps if, there's a little sweat to it. But I enjoyed watching. I like that guy Holland. He was fun to watch. They ended up losing, but I mean, I still don't think I would seek it out and watch a game. But I get it. I guess. Little Roger put it in perspective because I would complain about a 2-1 score. I'd go like 2-1 is boring. He goes, okay, so that's 14-7 in a football game.
Oh, okay.
3 scores, right?
Yeah.
So when you think of it like that,
if you watch a hockey game, it's low scoring like that.
Right.
You probably don't like hockey either, though.
I like it more than soccer, but I don't. I can't watch it on TV.
Okay. All right. So
whatever.
But
it's
anyway,
weird because I'm a baseball fan. Which, by the way, did you watch the All-Star game last night?
No.
Did you even know the All-Star game was on?
I knew it was there, and I knew they had the home run derby the other night. And
I missed all of it. Didn't realize it was even happening. I mean, I know All-Star break is mid-July, of course, but like it just didn't.
It was in Philadelphia. It must have been great for the city.
Yeah.
It's funny how we grew up.
I don't even know who won. American League, I'm assuming?
They were winning 3-0, I think, last
They
I
always
seen.
win.
Yeah.
I feel like they win every year.
They were the National League was favorite. So that's the last I seen, though. I don't know the final score. But anyway, I grew up loving baseball, John.
Yeah.
I don't have time for it anymore.
Right.
I want to go to games. There's no time for it anymore.
I'll see you in the postseason.
Right. The postseason's great.
Great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But this article was how good Vegas did because of the World Cup on a pretty dead time of the year. They had a lot of people here internationally, not just coming for the World Series of Poker. They came into, we had the guy that made this background here. He was from Turkey, wasn't he?
Yes.
He came in to go see Turkey versus the United States.
Yep.
And this was a stopping ground over here.
Yep. I'm so glad you just said that too, because I wish the boys were in here right now.
Yeah.
Because we've been on the Strip every day since May 26th.
Right.
Listen to me, Vegas is far from dead. This is the dumbest narrative.
I have a thing on that.
We went to In-N-Out on a random Wednesday night last week.
Yep.
At 1:00 in the morning. It was packed.
Right.
Packed.
No,
couldn't find a seat.
Town's been crazy. Even last night, I went
last
to Carbone,
night,
was packed.
We were on the Strip pulling out of here. Packed. The foot traffic in front of the Bellagio, in front of the Fountain, it's packed. We were at Caesars last night. Ridiculously packed.
I went to Mother Wolf last week. Packed.
Yeah.
Packed. Getting some great comps, thank God, for some people that are coming in town. But I'm going to ask our English friends here. You guys come from out of town. Now, are you here for the World Cup or the World Series? Oh, the World Series.
World Series. Nice.
Just a crossover, and you stayed in town. You stayed in town for a couple more days. But were you watching the World Cup games too? A horseshoe. Okay. Cool. And you came here for John. I like that. He'll meet you after the show. Nice. See, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well, all right, good. At least someone likes him.
See, Bill?
Yeah. He's got one guy. But anyway, all right. So this article was how good Vegas was doing.
Yeah.
With the international traffic, it reminded people of the Formula One last year, and people used it. This article's the same thing. So L.A. was the closest, I believe, stadium that had the World Cup.
Yeah.
People came in Vegas for a couple days and go to L.A. and watch a game. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
the
it's
World
great.
Cup base, really, Las Vegas. It doesn't have really a place to host the matches. They said Allegiant Stadium is indoors. The air conditioning's excellent. They've convinced football players to work there, but they don't know if it would work for soccer players. So I thought that was an interesting article. And John, it's funny you say about there's an article here that talked about maybe the foot traffic was down, but the spending and the gambling is actually up in Las Vegas for the last year. So yes, they say Las Vegas is. I think people just want a little bit of a buzz.
Yeah.
And these streamers put it out there. Vegas is dead. They take a photo or a video at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
But
not even close.
I don't think Vegas is dead at all.
Yeah.
I'm in the casinos. I live a minute from the Strip here, so I see it all the time. And anyway, this another article here is about. I thought this was kind of interesting, John. I talked about this on the show just recently, but the article just came out though, July 13th. So it just came out 2 days ago. The gambling tax hike. All the states what they're doing. The article it is on. Site, I never heard the site, ingame.com. Gambling tax talk. If you strangle the golden goose too much, it will stop laying eggs. So this is about the 5 different states that already had ridiculous tax structure, and now they have went to, you understand, Vegas, in Nevada, we have like a 10% tax. I actually don't know the rate. I should know that. I think it's around 10%. I know it's not too much more or too much less. I think it's like 9-something%. So now this is the tax rates across each state, what they charge to these sports books for their tax, their in-state tax. Perfect example. Most of the states were 15 to 21%. New Jersey was 13%. They were the first to, when PASPA was repealed. They went from 13 to 19.75. So a lot of the states here, it shows you what they have upped their, you have states like New York getting 50%. It's unbelievable. But the volume there, they are the capital. They're the sports betting capital. The one I talked about last week was North Carolina going from 18 to 23%. But the real one out of all these states that have just ridiculously pumped up their rate, it has to be Illinois. I'll just tell you the other ones first so they're on there. Maryland went from 15 to 20. Louisiana went from 15 to 21.5. Illinois, which was 15%, had a sliding scale of like 20 to 40, depending on what kind of a bet or what kind of. They went to 50%, plus they added a per wager tax in June a year ago, and in the city of Chicago, its own per wager tax. There's like multiple taxes in the city now. The state. The effective tax rate in Illinois has jumped from 15% when they went live in 2019 to over 50% now. It's just out of control that the states look to sports betting, or I'll just say even iGaming, and look to take all the money, all the money they can. It's actually forcing some of the companies to go out of business. There's no money in it for them, the smaller companies. They would treat it, I guess, as branding. So the big sports companies would treat it as a branding. That's the only way I could say it. Also, Google has tightened its rules for gambling ads. I'm all about this. You know me.
Yeah, sure.
I just think it's too much out there, the gambling ads for the youth and for normal people. So they've tightened their gambling rules, even for prediction markets. So which is gambling, by the way. So they have. It's that's like the number 1 search engine, I would think. Google's got to be it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now they have they starting August 1st, they have a crackdown on their ads that they're selling, and they're making money selling these things, but they are tightening their advertising rules, especially even for the social casinos and the sweepstakes casinos, which that's gambling. It is what it is. I see some influencers have these social and these sweepstakes casinos. And they've went around a loophole to be legal in all the states. And even now, the prediction markets that were the big ones, even the sports books have gotten into the prediction markets, and they went around loopholes. We're legal in all 50 states. Like they say that because they're saying it's not gambling, but it is, whether it's directly or indirectly. It's, in my opinion, it's gambling. You're betting, you're buying contracts. Sure. It's buy, sell. But you haven't really, the last 7-8 weeks, you haven't really probably paid attention to a lot of the gaming news. But did you know? Did you know that now? I seen DraftKings that says we're legal in 50 states. So people think, oh, DraftKings is legal now. Finally, here you can't make a bet with DraftKings.
You think that'll ever change here?
Probably not here.
Not here.
Well, everything can change. I didn't think sports betting was ever going to be repealed in all the states. But look at the out. Look at it's politics. Yeah. Look at it's politics. Yeah. So but just to see the prediction markets now crossing over to the states that they had no gambling, Texas, Florida, California. But you have to check with your local state, because still here in Nevada, it's technically illegal to play on those. They have geofencing around, like Kalshi and stuff. There's geofencing around where you won't be able to bet from Nevada. It's the same line from casino. Mr. Rothstein, you're all just our guest, And this even though DraftKings is here right down the street, doesn't matter. They're real strict on the actual who gets in, and who doesn't get in town. John, we want to jump over to a wager wire. Yeah. This week's segment.
I didn't get to look at it yet.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what it is. A 3-leg future parlay, and the future was I hope I say his name right. French Open champion. Winner Zverev, am I saying it right? Zverev. Anybody? No? Zverev? Anyone? No tennis fans?
I'll take it. Sounds good.
Alexander Zverev. I've heard of him though. I heard of him. So he was a small underdog, plus 140. Carolina Hurricanes. Correct score this guy had, plus 450. The original wager was only $21. So $21 to win $2,079. Now he needs England, the winner of the final World Cup here, $520 bet. Well, it's a $499 profit. I want to tell you, John, looking at this, I look at this and I say, you're only a $20 better. You might want to take a little something here. Yeah. And get involved in probably taking on a partner or a cash out value, doing something. Like I said, you have one more leg to go here.
But everyone I talk to says England is going to win. Everyone that is, everybody says it.
Really? Okay.
I kind of want him to go for it.
You looking at the bet. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the World Cup finals here, but England is. I'm looking at that three-way line. It looks like to me, England is the favorite. They're plus 155. Argentina plus 200. The tie plus 1. That's regular time though. So if you go all wagers, though, yes, England is a.
But anything can happen. It's sports, right?
Anything can happen.
So would you jump in on this with this guy?
Well, you can actually, if you can hedge on the two-way line, I think that's the way to go. You hedge. Okay. You could probably hedge on it, but you have to have an out. If you're a $20 better, you have to have money to hedge on this. So, I think it is an interesting bet here, and I think that. Since they are in the finals here, I would think this is worth much more. It says England playing Argentina here, which I realize now. He sent me this email at a different time. So this bet's actually even worth more. It's worth about $900. So I would definitely either take on a partner, get some money now. You're a $20 better. So either take on a partner or find a way to hedge. Yeah. WagerWire.com and the WagerWire app. You can get over there and check out their different things. You can find some value there, and it's really hard sometimes for me to say that because I'm not a parlay better. Parlays is a losing formula. Kind of wave the white towel at that. But once in a while I'll take a shot at something weird. I'll play maybe a Wheel of Fortune machine. Now, listen, I don't play games unless they're usually a mathematical edge or have a bonus structure or something on it. But or if I'm giving a deal up front, some cash back. But when I see, a 25-cent Wheel of Fortune, it usually pays at $1 million. It's up to 2.2 million or something. Yeah. Well, this gentleman that I'm going to talk about first, because there was a jackpot hit at the airport, which I don't play airport slots because they're even more of a higher hold. Right. But once in a while you'll find a gem or find something somewhere. You have to know the math behind the things. So I looked at the Las Vegas Root Journal. They had a 2.2 table game jackpot that was hit on a Las Vegas strip. This guy played Ultimate Texas Hold'em, which is a very famous, popular game, I should say, amongst people now that were playing a table. This is one of the first table games that people really enjoyed besides regular blackjack, or they enjoyed this game because of the bonus structure. So this is a little side bet. This guy, George Lee, visiting from Los Angeles, plucked down a $5 side bet. He was playing and he won $2.2 million. Congratulations to him. But just know, even the one at the airport, they put these things up because they show, hey, this can be you. You could be next. Even the lottery commercials. You got to be in it to win it. It's only $1 in a dream. All these, they're just not for me. I always know that they're tough to hit. But when you play, I have seen John playing blackjack. He loves his side bets. So
I call blackjack the side bet. I call blackjack pair the square now.
That's crazy.
Pair the square is the bet, or Trilux. Do you know what the Trilux bet is? Have we talked about this?
You told me it.
Your 2 cards plus the dealer's up card.
Yeah.
So if you get 3 of a kind, or if you make a straight, it pays 10 to 1. A flush pays 5 to 1. Straight pays 10 to 1. 3 of a kind pays 20 to 1, and a straight flush pays 30 to 1.
I can imagine this. It's without even saying anything. And seeing it, it's a double-digit house edge.
I'm
so you're
sure
playing
it is,
something that's
but sometimes they come in bunches.
You know when they have the warnings at the end of the watch, like America's Got Talent? Don't try this at home. Don't try this at home.
No gamble, no future.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
No good?
No.
He doesn't like it.
We try to give, this is wise, W-I-S-E, WiseKracks. So try to give out the wise side of things. Listen, if it's fun, you want to have some fun with it, but long term, you're going to get destroyed.
And I still say free bet is the way to go.
Oh, boy. That's definitely a bad game. It's a free bet.
But they'll pay for your doubles and your splits.
Yeah, but there's rules on the game that make it
22 is a push.
So much higher. 22 that's such a real number.
Right.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
So,
but you don't think them paying your doubles and splits?
Not me. It's the math of the game. There's no way. It's definitely a giant house game. Much worse than double-deck blackjack, even much worse than 6-deck or 8-deck blackjack. 6 to 5 blackjack's better than them. Those type of games.
Isn't there something to be said about, a serious question, isn't there something to be said about a small sample size? Like, I feel like the math on all the games.
What is the game called? What's the game called?
Free bet blackjack.
Let's just see. Free bet blackjack.
So, but isn't the math based on such a, it's based on 1 million hands or whatever. And in a small sample size, you could get hot and you could get 4 double downs in one shoe. No? I'm wrong?
Well, it's not as bad as I thought.
Okay.
Because there's an optimal strategy here. So free bet blackjack, odds are competitive. Trust me, John didn't know this. You'll be in the homeless shelter with him playing these side games. But with optimal strategy, 1.04%, not as good as double-deck blackjack with optimal, only slightly higher than traditional blackjack, which is a little bit over 1%. Yeah. But it's 0.5% double deck. But not as bad, John. I'm surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, free bet blackjack. All right.
See? Whatever.
Yeah. But, you have to know optimal strategy. Like, John, 12 versus 3. Are you hitting? You have to know the strategy first.
I'm not, but I know the book says to do it.
The book says to do it. You're right. Let's go over to, did you hear about this thing with Bryce Harper?
No.
So Bryce Harper hired by one of the sports books to, let's call it entice.
Yeah.
They're high rollers.
Okay.
Versus one of the sports books. So I want to read you the first paragraph. It's all over media. The big news in sports betting Thursday was an article that appeared to Philadelphia Inquirer revealing Philly star Bryce Harper recorded a video for a VIP bettor at one of the sports books who has since sued the online sports betting operator for creating an app that caused a gambling addiction, costing him $1.5 million. So this was a private message from one of their sponsors, but it might be no different than LeBron James or Kevin Hart or anything. They're on TV enticing you. This is a personal message from Bryce Harper. I don't know what it said. I don't know if it said, hey, Joe, keep on going. If it addressed to John, it doesn't take much. John, keep on going. Okay, where do I play? So, yeah. Thanks, Bryce. I'm in. So anyway, it's an interesting thing that came up, and I think the sports books are being looked at a little more strongly because of enticing people with these kind of practices. Even though the sports book that this happened, they said it's committed to fostering a culture of responsible gambling and protecting our customers. So, and you know, unlike the illegal offshore sports book, their employees are trained to recognize and flag signs of problem gambling. I have seen some of those apps come up. You've been on here for an hour. Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
I've seen that, by the way. I'm not.
I mean,
it's something. It's some help. But you're going to make your own. It's closet gambling.
Yeah.
You're on an app. No one's around you. No one's watching you.
And if you had Bryce host a slot tournament, then it's okay. Or if he hosted a blackjack tournament, that's okay. But if he sends you a video,
it's an interesting.
I don't know.
Thing.
I don't think.
Yeah. John, I want to close with a big subject here in the World Series of Poker gambling world.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
So, this Southern Cal poker player played here. I think he was in the main event. And cashed out some money,
in the main.
But he cashed a lot of other things. He takes his backpack, walks out of the World Series parking garage, goes home to his Airbnb. Two guys supposedly hogtied him, stole his backpack, and got out with the money. So
crazy,
pretty crazy.
Yeah,
pretty crazy. And this guy, though, has a very good reputation from what I'm reading. Jared Grenier, we actually were thinking about getting him on the show.
Yeah.
And he was going to come on.
Yeah.
But now he's since hired a lawyer, he said.
I guess so. Yeah, I didn't speak to him directly, but it was someone else that brought it to
me. What's the lawyer for?
I don't know. Is it maybe the Airbnb, maybe going after the Airbnb company or something? Or
But this is reasons why. We've talked about this all the time.
You got a valet. You got to be careful.
Got to be careful. John and I both have a concealed weapons permit.
Yeah.
You know, the World Series is over here. You're not getting much off John, but you may get the piece.
Yeah. Well, I didn't make it to the cash out to the payout line, so you know.
No, but on a serious note, though, he said, I was hogtied and stuck there for a while trying to escape, and finally got out and ran out of the house. Called a neighbor. Luckily, I am physically unharmed. This was the most terrifying. Sorry, it's the most terrifying and traumatic experience of my life. All my money is gone, he wrote. So, which led some people in the poker world to say, do you have backers? Are you staging something? You know, people just say all these different things. But that's what I'm reading.
That's a long way to go to.
Yeah, from what I'm reading, people said he's a high stakes poker player.
He's got $3 million in earnings
games.
Or something, right?
That doesn't mean nothing to me.
No, but
guys have 10 million in earnings; they're dead broke. So, but however, but there's some people that said, hey, he's a high stakes competitive player in a lot of games around town, and a lot of games he has a real good reputation and stuff. So, but I don't know how much money was stolen. But this just shows you again. Now, this happened at the World Series of Poker at the Rio.
I remember in the parking lot late at night.
Parking lot late at night.
I remember.
So this happened. You gotta keep your head on the swivel. In this town and any gambling, we talk about Pennsylvania, Jersey. How many people? There's been people killed in Pennsylvania that were followed home from the casino.
Yeah.
Over like minimal money, like 10 grand.
And there's a lot
grand.
of guys here cashing for deep 6-figure land, even 7-figure land.
It's open here. They know what you're cashing for.
And so, a lot of them, they just stuff it in the
backpack and walk out to the parking garage, and someone follows you you go eat after or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It's the reason why I never want to. People think from like the Showtime show I did, Action, like when they wanted me to, can you get $100,000? No, it's not what I do.
Right.
I don't carry money. My money's in the apps.
Right.
You know, I like you would be upset. You know.
Yeah.
Unless I'm joining a contest or something. Once in a while I'll do that, but I'll have
you got guys
valet,
with you.
I'll have people with me. Yeah. So it's a dangerous town though, but they all are. I'm not picking on Las Vegas here. In general, very dangerous gambling world. Know if you make these scores, you have to watch yourself and know your surroundings, be with some people. And that's just something, we're going to see what's going to happen here, but it's a big story in the poker world, and it happened after the main event.
Crazy.
So next week, guys, we're back down. We're going to start at Circa next week. Look forward to that. John, Action Junkie's still over here.
We're staying here.
Until you get thrown out. So Action Junkie's over here. Look forward to seeing you guys next week on WiseKracks.